Okay, let's have a look now at editing some polylines on our drawing. Now, we've got a polyline here, or have we? We haven't. Look, it's all separate objects. So how do we make that into a polyline? Notice these circles are already one whole object. They're not a group of arcs joined together, they are one whole circle. Here, the block as well, you'll notice, one whole object. We want to make our outline a whole object, so we need to use the polyline edit command to convert all that into a polyline itself. So, let's do that now. So we can type PE for polyline edit. It's that easy. Press enter, and it will prompt you now to select a polyline. Now you're thinking to yourself, hang on a minute, I don't actually have a polyline on this drawing. You do, it just hasn't been created yet. So you select, let's say this line here of our outline. Do I want to turn that individual line into a polyline? Well, yes, I do. So I leave the Y in the box and press enter to accept. Then it goes into polyline edit mode. This is where it gets very cool, because I can just click on join now and join all of these other segments, lines and arcs together. Now, I'm not going to click on each one like that. Just select them all with a crossing selection. So keep crossing selecting. Make sure, though, that you don't select the circles. You can't add the circles to the polyline. Even if you select your original line, it will just be a duplicate line. It doesn't matter. AutoCAD knows that you've clicked on that twice, and it will make the necessary arrangements to make sure that it's only included once. So, right-click to confirm. Takes you back into the polyline edit mode. Read your command line. It says 14 segments added to polyline. So, if I press enter now, that takes me out of polyline edit. Let's have a look. It's one whole polyline. Look, when I click on it, there's all the grips of my polyline. Now, if I want to edit that polyline a little bit more, watch. Let's zoom in on that top part of the casing there. There's all those grips to work with. Now, I can cheat here. Look, if I click on that grip there and hover over that midpoint and then drag upwards, look, as I come up, can you see, look, hover there, object snap tracking to there. I've edited that polyline purely by using the grips to stretch it. So now I want to replicate that on this side. So I need that vertical line there. So I need to take this point, and again, hover, object snap tracking, hover, object snap tracking. Click there, hit escape to deselect. It's still the same polyline, but the outline's changed. Can you see that? All the same grips, they're just in different places because I've edited that polyline. Now, there's other tricks that you can do as well. You can add vertices to your polyline so that you can perhaps, here you might want another vertex in there, for example. So it's a right click, polyline edit on the shortcut menu, edit vertex, and then insert, like so. Now if I use next, can you see that? Look, click on next. It's coming around. Can you see it's going to each vertex? So I get to there, and then I insert. Can you see that? Location for new vertex. I'm going to go for the midpoint of that line there. Exit that like so, and then press enter. When I click now, I've got an extra grip to work with. So I can take that one out that way, stretch that out that way, let's say by 200. And it's moved it to 200 down in that case. Let's make it 200 long. Can you see? If I want to stretch it out, I've got to go that way. Yeah, and then left click. Hit escape. Job done. I've stretched that out. It looks completely different now as a polyline. So that's how you edit your polylines. Use your polyline edit command to create a polyline by joining the segments together, or once it's created, you can utilize your polyline edit command by selecting your polyline, right click, and polyline edit like so. So, I'll just undo those changes that I've made. That looks a little bit better. I'll leave those in there though because we need those toothed segments there for the casing in part of the design.